Video of the roads. Let's quickly look at that to give you better context before we come to this discussion.
This is the state of the Olin Bridge that links a resident of Bediako in the Ponkatamanso municipality to other parts of town. For years, a resident here have been expressing concerns over the deplorable state of this bridge that you see behind me to no avail. Indeed, according to a resident, the bridge is so narrow that it is unable to contain the water that flows from upstream anytime there is a downpour. As such, the continuous overflow of the bridge has actually left the road in this state, as you can see, after Saturday's downpour.
I learned this place was a farmland, so the pressure wasn't too much. People were not living in this area, but now it has become complete community. So the bridge is too small. They have to demolish it, give us a new bridge that can accommodate the water that is flowing through, so that it will stop this problem, giving us this problem.
Now, patrol your bridge, I'm almost 10 years in the studies. So, be crying, you're not in a hospital, crying in your coffin and call. And bring you to falling or the crowd, a base, I found the batteries of 4 kilos pounds of provisions room. And so you didn't find
it leads from here to the VRA, which is Committee 25. So when it collapsed, that means no cars can ever pass by and go to the other end, where is the 25, joining the 25 route. And always when we ask them, they say, oh, they will come for it, the government will come and do it. And as at now, nothing has been done about it.
While appealing to the current MCE of the Ponkatamanso Municipal Assembly, Samuel Oko Amankwa, for urgent action on the bridge, the residents say they are considering staging a demonstration over the situation, since they fear the next rains could totally destroy the weak bridge and that could finally cut them out of accessing town.
Honorable Oko Amankwa, my name is Joseph Atta. I may not know you, but I have your name. Honorable, I'll be sincere with you that this our bridge. I believe it came of this. If you have not seen it, we've heard something about this bridge. Honorable, please, for the sake of humanity, come and immediately come and do something about this bridge for us.
Bridge we say, Yanya Jijiska, and Yewelia, and Yabine, every time was up by head, and Yamaya, any time and Super to Biano, now what's
On his part, the assembly member of the Mlik-Chakpo electoral area, Isaac Newton Tete, believes the residents have a legitimate right to express their concerns through a demonstration, since the authorities appeared unconcerned over their plight.
Staging a demonstration is within their, it's their civil responsibility or their right to do it. And I think that I have on a number of occasions stopped some of the demonstrations because to me, I think it's needless at that time. So for now, we have used all the, should I say, avenues that we have to, and we have exhausted all. So if till now leadership have not acted on what they have said they would do, then it means the resident must rise up now, and I think I will have to support them.
Clearly, residents here in Bediako, in the Ponkatamanso municipality, are calling on the district assembly to expedite action on the reconstruction of this very bridge, since it's the only bridge that links the community to other parts of town. And as you can see, deep gullies have formed here, and should there be any major rain from today onwards, it is clear that the residents in Bediako are going to be cut off from town. Reporting from Bediako here in the Ponkatamanso municipality, my name is Carlos Caloni for MX24.
Okay, that's just very little insight into the actual state of the roads in the Ponkatamanso municipality. We have the MC on the line, and I want to hear it from him directly because this is his area and he knows the roads much better. So, Samuel Oko Amankwa, you're on the line, please. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, please. Can you just give us a brief overview of the roads in this area?
You mean Ponkatamanso in general or Bediako?
Ponkatamanso, including Bediako and the other areas.
My sister, Ponkata Manso, a research that was done by KNUST, we have roads totaling 1,600 kilometers.
Okay.
But unfortunately, successive governments, what has been done out of these 1,600 kilometers is just about 2% of it. So a large number of these 1,600 kilometers is not done. So we are only managing it as an assembly by grading it and re-graveling some aspects of this road just to make sure it's motorable for community members. So the Bediako road in question, yes, it rained and the rain exposed a greater portion of it. So I visited a place. The assembly member was part of the team that visited the place. Other staff of the assembly, including the road engineer, we went there to have a look at it, and we realized the bridge is narrow. We need to, the coverage that we have there, we need to replace it. So as a matter of urgency, we are now liaising with the urban roads and to see what we can do quickly to solve the problem. For the meantime, we want to block that one. And then there is one down Saki Road, close to the high tension, that we have prepared. We are working on the few materials to stabilize that place and then open that place for residents to use it while we take steps to work on the cover that is almost gone. So currently that is the situation. But I can tell you, throughout the municipality, greater number of our roads, they have not seen any tiling or anything before. So it is now my turn, and I'm working with all the people that matter in this to make sure that we find a solution to it. We cannot do everything at a go. No, that is not possible. But what we can do is to make the necessary efforts and make sure government comes to our aid as early as possible. So personally, I have prepared a document which details everything of the roads that we have in Ponkata Manso and how deplorable these roads are. I have submitted a copy to Roads and Highways myself. A copy has gone to the office of the Vice President. A copy has gone to the regional minister and then National Security Minister, all in our quest to ensure that they come to our aid, or they also add their voice to our cry. Because Ponkata Manso, we are suffering.
You say, sorry, you say it's now your turn. How long have you been working on this?
I came to office just 7 months ago.
Right, and did you start almost immediately working on this issue?
You cannot start immediately because you don't have the resources.
Right.
But I put measures in place to make sure I document what I have.
Okay.
So that if I take a step that, Minister, I want you to help me do ABCD, I have a document and I can speak to it.
Right.
So first you must take account of what is available.
What you have, yes.
Let them know the state of the roads. So that when you appear before them and you are appealing to them that we need your support to get the roads done, at least you know what you are talking about.
Mr.
So
Makwa, but they already don't they already know the state of the road? Because previously
it doesn't matter if they know already.
Right.
I came in and I have to do my best to make sure what I've seen, something is done about it.
Okay.
So when you labor too much in the past, you cannot do anything.
Has there been any positive response so far?
Yes, for now, I have been given a green light that I should put all the roads or the major ones into phases.
Okay.
Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and then do the costing, which we have done the phase 1 and 2, and we have submitted it. We are doing the follow-up on it for it to see the light of day. But I can tell you, we now have a contract for Calypso to Michelle Camp Road, and then that particular road, Bediaku, where they covered it, that one too has been awarded to us.
Okay.
The document came to my office just last Friday, and we have invited the contractor to come so that we sit down and we look at the details, and so quickly we can have those roads that have been awarded done, whilst we look at the other one. So I want to appeal to the residents, and not just Bediaku, but to the entire people who are in Ponkatamanso, across the length and breadth of it, that our roads are not good, and I cannot sit and say they are good. But going forward, I am taking steps together with my staff and central government to see if something can be done quickly. Demonstrations will not solve the road, but you cannot stop anybody from demonstrating. But what I want to appeal to them is that I am a new person on the block, and I'm prepared to work with all of them, all the resident associations, all those who matter, to make sure together we find a solution to our problems. And I am sure and I'm hopeful that something good will come out of it. So I'm just appealing to them to be a bit patient for me.
But you can understand their frustration, though, as someone who also uses the roads yourself. When you say you divided into phases, and the first phase you've been given the green light, how many kilometers exactly is in this first phase?
It's not the first phase that has been given the green light.
Which phase, please?
This one is, I said it's only Calypso to Michelle Camp Road, and then Bediaku Road that will connect the Community 25 where they call VRA. That is what I said.
Michelle
so please, what I said is the rest we have put them in phases.
Okay.
And I am doing the follow-up, and
okay.
I'm sure we will get a good response.
Right. Thank you so much for this information. So Bediaku, Calypso, Michelle Camp, do we have any idea how many kilometers exactly?
We are talking about 5.2 kilometers.
Okay. All right. I'm going to come back to you shortly, Mr. Amankwa. We also have the assembly member on the line, so let me quickly engage him. Mr. Isaac Newton, good evening and welcome to Spotlight.
Good evening, madam. Can you hear me?
Hey, it seems we have a scientist among us.
Hello?
Yes. Your line is pretty bad. We're getting some bad feed from the line there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, madam.
Right. So we were just talking to the MCE for Ponkatamanso, Mr. Okwamankwa, and he's saying that he has been hard at work on these roads in the area. So far, what they are pushing forward is Bediaku, Calypso, Michelle Camp area, some 5.2 kilometers of the road. The others is divided into phases, and they'll be tackling that as soon as they are able to. Have you received this update on these roads?
Well, thank you for this opportunity. I think the overall effect is this. We have been receiving the updates now and then. Ever since I became an assembly member, you hear the road has been awarded on contract, and then the contractor is here to mobilize to come on site. Yes, we've been hearing these things, but then...
Okay, I'm having issues with your line, Mr. Newton, so I'm going to try to come back to your line in a moment. If you just joined us, we are discussing the Ponkatamanso roads, which are in very deplorable state. We spoke to Mr. Okwamankwa, who is MCE for Ponkatamanso. We're also just trying to speak to the assembly member, who is Isaac Newton Tete, and we're having issues with his line there, but we're going to try to stabilize it shortly. I understand Nana Mwakwa Alex, who is chairman of the Mandatory Transport Pond Barrier, is also on the line. Let me just go to him. Good evening, sir.
Hello.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us on Spotlight.
Welcome.
Yes, can you explain to us what the residents have been experiencing in the area where the roads are concerned?
Okay, thank you very much for your question. Let me clear something. The name you mentioned for the transport, it is not like that. The name of the transport is Masada Transport Union.
Okay, Masada Transport Union. Okay, thank you so much.
Masada Transport Union at the Pumbaria there. So, now it is raining here, very heavy. So maybe I'm finding it difficult to hear you, but I don't think you can hear me. Yeah.
Yes, I realize there's some rain.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We are having a problem with the road in barrier there. Actually, they are doing the road, but it is the way they are doing the work is delaying. Because they started this road almost about 2 years now. And the way the working is going on, it is not satisfied for us. It is not good for us. Actually, right now, as we, the transport union, we are loading from there to Aflao, to what do you call it, Ada, and surrounding areas. Formerly, if, let's say you are from motor runabout to you can spend, maybe by 30 minutes time, you can reach there. But no, because of the huge traffic, you can spend more than 2 hours, 3 hours before getting there. It is very, very, very.
What causes the traffic?
For us. So we want to plead with the MC and the government. I think this is a new MC that he has come. Actually, he is doing his best. But we want to plead to him so that they should speed the work. They should talk to the contractors so that they should speed the work a little bit for us. Yeah.
Right. When you say there's a lot of traffic, what exactly causes the traffic? Why is there so much traffic?
Because of the junction. You see, when you reach the way right now, they want to do that place at the runabout. It is going to help us because actually, formerly it was 4 junctions. From Accra coming, from Aflao coming, from Pom coming. Before Michelle come, all of them are come to get on one junction. Are you getting me? So it is having a creative problem of that place. It is creating problem for the traffic there. So as now the way they are doing the road, and as soon as time is going on, I think they are coming to do the runabout, or even if it is a flyover, that one is going to help us a lot. So that is the main thing that is bringing the traffic there. It is because of the 4 junctions.
Right. See, so what exactly happened previously that slowed down the construction of the road? Because Mr. Oko has only been in office for about 7 months.
Yeah, it is true. That is why I say the MP is a new person that he has come now. So we actually don't have anything against him because he is a new person. And now maybe he's looking for some papers and things. But because of the junction, and I don't know the contract, I don't know, because they will come and work maybe 3 days, then they will stop the work. They will go out maybe 1 month, 2 months before they will come back. So they are delaying the work there. So I don't know either it is money problem or that one, I don't know, unless maybe MC can give us some ideas, because the way they are working there, it is not good. It is not good. I'm there. I'm the chairman of the union there. The way the work is going on, it is not good. So at least the contractor has to speed up for us more.
Right, right. How have you people been helping him though? Because the assemblyman, we're just going to speak to him in a moment. How do you people help the MC to put the situation together?
Okay, for now, actually, this is a new MP and MC that has cancelled. I have to go and see him. Me myself, though my director have went there to see him and they discuss one of two things. But the help that we can give the MC, we want to meet MC so that all of us to sit down. Then we plan. Then we see how best we can help the MC at the same time helping the contractor too.
All right. Thank you for that. Let me go back to the line. I think we've stabilized the line with the assemblyman. So let me just go back to him there. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, Clarence.
Okay, great. So we're just talking about the road so far. If you are aware of which parts of the road they've started working on. I don't know if you listened to me speaking with Mr. Oko Amankwa, and he mentioned some parts of the road that they're just about working on.
Well, so to start from where the line has got truncated, what I would say is this. Our roads, like the MC said, just look at it, 5.6 kilometer road. That's from the barrier to Domheba, somewhere Domheba, and then from Junction to VRA. Just about 5.6 kilometer of road. And from Katamansu, from 2018, 2019, was or has been the municipality that gives government there's a huge revenue that government gets. But if you come to the municipality, like you said, or the entire municipality, we don't have any good road to boast of. So in addressing this issue, we have to find a very good solution to this issue. What I think.
So you think that the number, you think the roads they are working on are not enough?
You can send your reporters come on ground and see the road we use in Congo.
But have they started work?
Kind of. Say again.
Have they started the work?
No work has been started. Let me give you a little history about this road.
Okay.
Somewhere 2016, entering into we saw a contractor, I think this Coros Guevaro, working on the road. So it was ongoing. What they did was primarily arrested the dust. And then somehow, there was a change of government. So we know governance is something that we should continue. But we were told that we have to do some value for money. I don't know why the road should start from Michigan Gate and then get stopped at somewhere I don't know whether you know where I'm talking about. But it doesn't make any sense, excuse my word though, to stop a road that had been awarded on the contract somewhere halfway. And then there was a change in government. So when the new government came, they said, okay, they have to do value for money on it. Until date, we don't know where the genesis of the road is going to be like. So hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, yes. But your line is really very, very bad. We have so much feed coming through. I think where you are, there's a crowd close to you, so we can hear the crowd more than...
I believe you can hear me now.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. So, for God knows how come the contract got truncated along the way. Now, the residents are across the board. Let me focus my attention on the Diaku and Saki.
Okay.
For now.
No, Alex, sorry, Isaac, the line is just very terrible. Listen, my producers are going to try to get you again and stabilize the line there so we can hear what you're trying to say, because we are hearing some parts of what you're saying. But we've been joined also by Samuel Amwa, who's a spokesperson for the GPRTU. Let me quickly go to him there. Hello, sir. Good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, please. Mr. Amwa, thank you for joining us on Spotlight.
You're welcome, madam.
We're just discussing bad roads in Ghana. We were looking specifically at the Pong Katamanso municipality. But if you can just give us an idea of the surrounding areas also, that would be great.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me say good evening to your cherished viewers out there. And I was very, very happy when you brought this issue of Katamansu Road. Because myself, I am a resident. Myself, I live around Bichile, and the road there seems to be very bad.
Okay.
We cannot even describe it. And then we've been sending a series of complaints to the former MC and the former MP and all that, but nothing has been done. It makes the motorists are finding it very difficult to ply that road. Myself, I work in Ashaiman, and at the close of the day, I have to drive back to where I live. In the evening, when I'm about to go home, then it's become a thinking because of the nature of road that I'm going to use to the house. In fact, the road there is very, very bad. Not today. I heard the MCA talking about, he has been in the office for only 7 months or so.
Yeah, well, he is speaking for himself.
He's speaking for himself.
Yes,
but
yes.
this problem has been there
for
since
a long time.
And I believe the former MC was aware, the MP was aware, and I believe one day they have to invite the road minister and the president himself to come and have a look at the Katamansu Road, what is happening there. Leaving the Gbechile Road, I'll also comment on Zenu, Atadika, Washington, those areas, New York, those areas. Most especially during the rainy season, you can't even apply those roads. And in the evening, you can't even find a vehicle to go to, wherever you come from, just because of the nature of the road. So the road there is very, very bad. Let me come back to Ashama Township itself. Most of the places, the Ashama main traffic light, when you get to the Ashama main traffic light, I can't even say pothole. There are manholes over there. And these things has been there for a long time. We have been complaining. The police are using that road. The MC is using that road. The assembly members, all of them are using that place. But nothing has been done. When you go to Presby Junction, when you get to Presby Junction, the traffic light there, I believe one day you have to invite your cameraman to come and just have a look at what is happening there. And all those areas are very, very, very bad. Meanwhile, they were telling us that it's a year of roads and all that. But I don't know if we are not part of, what is happening now. So we'll use this opportunity to talk to the authorities that they should attend to this situation, most especially the Katamansu area. Those areas, I don't know, I would say for the past 12, 16 years ago, nothing has been done about those roads. So if the residents will complain, they deserve to complain. You'll be driving along those roads and, every week or two, you have to send your vehicle to workshop. And these complaints has been coming up from our members, our drivers who are applying those roads. And it's very bad. It's affecting our business. So those places are very bad. We have to do something about it.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel Amwa, who's spokesperson for the GPRTU, just giving us some more insight into the roads in that area, the Katamansu area. Over 1,000 kilometers of roads. In total, only about 2% properly motorable. We spoke with the MC, Mr. Samuel Oko Amankwa, who made us understand that they have started work on some 5.2 kilometers. I mean, they've been giving green lights on that. That's Bediako, Calypso, Michelle Camp area. We're also speaking with Isaac Newton Tete, who's the assembly member of the area. Let me just go back to the line and see if we've been able to stabilize his line there. Isaac, can you hear me now?
I can hear it now.
Yes, awesome. You were just you were speaking on the Bediako road specifically. If we can just go back to that.
Well, what I'm saying is that no work has been started on the road as we speak now.
Okay.
You understand? You can send your website to see what is happening. Like I said earlier on, we have heard reports that the road has been awarded on contract on several occasions. I can even mention some of the contractors that I've heard of, like soon. And so now, I mean, they have not mobilized themselves to come on the road to fix the roads. And what I'm saying is this: the residents here of Paramata, Katamansu, they pay or they are generating more revenue for the government. And the people here are expecting that once they are paying their revenues and stuff, they are expecting to see something in replace of that. But they are not seeing anything. When it comes to roads, very bad road, we don't have any other things here. So if the MC says that he's just new, what I'm trying to say is that we shouldn't be saying they are new. So the governance is continuity. So once you come, there is or there are the existing document that you have to follow to ensure that whatever was started should be completed. So we cannot be telling the people and that the people will just be suffering. So what I'm saying now is that for us to be able to cure this problem, then it means that Pong Katamanso as a municipality need to be divided. Understand? Let me give you an example. Take Tema, for example. Tema, smaller as it is now, has about 3 constituencies. 3 constituencies. And let me give you a figure here. Per the last population that we had, Pong Katamanso, we have 417,334 population. You understand? As compared to Tema West, 196,224. You understand? And then comparing to TME, which is Tema East, 177,000. So even if you combine these 2 constituencies, it's nowhere near, Pong Katamanso. And as I speak now, Pong Katamanso is the most populated municipality across the whole Greater Accra region. And if I should say literally across the whole country, because if you take KKMA, they are training KKMA about 34,000. KKMA has about 443,981 population. And they have 4 constituencies combined into this figure, and we have only 1. So what is preventing authorities from dividing the entire municipality? So that, yes, if you have these smaller demarcations, you can easily develop the area. But if we keep doing this, then we are not going to help the people. And we are giving the government the huge money they want in this country. So what is it that we are lacking for? So my plea and my cry to authorities and for that matter the chiefs, that we all should bring this idea on board. Let's call for a division for Pong Katamanso. If not, then this problem will still persist. And governors will come, they will go, MCs will come, will go, MPs will come, will go, and the problem will still be the same.
I see.
Have I made myself clear, madam?
You have made yourself very clear, Isaac. Have you been in any interactions? Have you worked in any way with the MCE to ensure that these roads are expedited?
Yes, I have. In all the MCs that I have worked under, he's the second, Honorable Samuel Kwame, is second MC who just came about 7 or 8 months ago, like he said. But we had one MC from this current administration, 5 good years he has served, and we have all seen what the other can do. But what I'm saying is this: if we don't change our system, if you don't divide the municipality, then this problem will still persist. Just go and see the Bebedaku Road. The next rain will just cut the whole town from the others, and nobody will move. Nobody will move, and that's the whole truth. I'm not in here to, play any game with anyone. I'm just telling you the whole world what's needed to be done as, a municipality. I have worked with, and I'm ready to work with everybody who, avail himself or herself for us to work with.
Right. Thank you, Isaac Newton. Let me go back to the line because I still have the MC, Mr. Samuel Kwamankwa. I'd just like to ask him a few of your questions there. Mr. Mankwa, can you hear me, please?
I can hear you.
Awesome. So the main question I have is, do you want to react to anything that was said earlier?
Of course, yes.
Yes, please proceed.
You asked me a specific question. How long have I been on the seat? And I gave you. And
yes.
Now the assemblyman is using it as if I am complaining that because I'm new, that's why things have not been done. And you are not correcting him.
No.
My sister, I'm coming. My sister, I want the assemblyman and all those who are on the line that there's no politics that we are doing here.
Right. I think what they are saying is that things keep starting and stopping. You understand? I don't think they are blaming you exactly.
I'm coming. Let me answer this. What I said was that successive government.
Okay.
Pong Katamanso did not come into this thing just in the blue. It has been there years back. Successive governments, out of the 1,600 kilometers, have not done much to change the situation. So no government can exonerate itself from this, whether MPP, NDC. And we are not doing politics. What is the issue now is our roads are bad. And the community members have every right to complain about it. What can we do now to save the situation? And I told you since I came, I have documented the roads and the nature of the roads across the constituency. And I've approached the top, that is the central government, through roads and highways. These are practical steps I have taken trying to solve the problem and not just saying that I'm new. No. So the issue the assemblyman is talking about, that they've been talking about, it's been awarded, it's been awarded. It is an assemblyman of this assembly. If he's not sure of what he's saying, he can come and cross-check. That I said just Friday, I received a document. And so you should let him know that I said just Friday. So that when he's talking about, they said it has been awarded. It has been awarded. He should come to the office and then verify for himself.
Right,
and I'm saying we are going to start that route soon. I didn't say it has been started.
Okay.
That you will say that you bring people to come and verify whether they are doing it. I said we are going to start it because I just received the document last week.
Right. Mr. Amankwa,
so,
when is it starting? Do you have any idea when exactly it will start?
When you asked me the question, I told you we are inviting the contractor. The contract was awarded in Accra.
Okay.
So we are inviting the contractor to sit down with the contractor and know the timeline.
Okay.
And then, but the kilometers involved is 5.3,
okay,
which has to do from Calypso to Michelle Camp and then the Bediako Road. So that coverage, which is the issue at stake now, is part of that work which will be done soon.
Mr. Amankwa, but you can understand.
I'm new, so I'm not doing anything. No.
Yes.
These are practical things I've taken steps to do, and that is why I have the contract.
Yes.
So my assembly member should not say, I say I'm new. No. He shouldn't
I think
say
that. His concern is that he's saying he's been there for a long time. And even before you, there's always starting and stopping.
Me, the problem has been there.
Exactly.
And successive governments have come. So if we are trying to solve it, we should not go the way it's going, as if we are blaming somebody. I will not blame former MP or former MCE. No. I have come to inherit the problem. What can I do about it now? And that is the steps I'm taking, chasing Road and Highways Minister, the Chief Director, and then even seat of government to make sure something is done. Because I don't want to blame anybody.
Right.
So as an assembly member who also works with me, we should not be blaming people, but rather think about how are we going to solve the problem.
Right.
Because if we don't solve the problem, it will remain there. And we need to find a solution to work together to make sure our roads are done. That is the most important thing.
Mr. Amankwa, but you see, they had another concern that it should be a continuity instead of starting again every time there's someone new in office, because then it keeps delaying.
When they say it should be continuity, I don't think I came to meet a road which is ongoing and I have stopped it.
Okay.
So that statement is wrong.
Right, I understand you.
That statement is wrong.
I understand you, Mr. Amankwa, but let me come back to Isaac, who's still on the line. Isaac, so you can hear from Mr. Amankwa directly yourself. What he's trying to put across is that he didn't exactly come to meet something that he stopped. There was no process there already that was ongoing. So he's just doing his best to solve the problem that the area is facing. And he's still doing some consultations and, speaking to the contractor and all that. So once they get a specific date, he will communicate to you and the people.
Well, I think we should make it clear to the MC that we are not attacking him.
Okay.
I did not speak ill against him.
Okay.
I know he's new. He just came. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is this. How come do I know that an award has been given to some construction company? Because I was told by the previous MC that such road has been awarded. And this is government parastatal and government office. So therefore, when there's a contract, there should be a document. And when there's a change in MC, the document should be there for the incoming one to read through. This is not someone's private property. This is a government institution. And they work with documents, not conversations. So what I'm trying to say is this: I have been told that the road has been awarded, and to date the contractor hasn't come. It's 2 years gone by past the last elections, and the contractor is still not in here. So when is he coming? Now he said the award the contract has been awarded again. He received the document last Friday. Let him tell us which contractor or who is the contractor coming. I mean, this is a public institution. He is managing it, so he can be able to tell us this is the contractor coming. We are not fighting him. Look, there have been several occasions that I personally have intervened in stopping demonstrations because I know very well that, yes, let's use the internal mechanism to get our issues resolved. Nobody benefits from, bad roads. Whether you are CPP, you are NDC, you are APP, all of us use the same road. So we are not interested in which party that. So I don't want to toe that line. I want us to holistically address this issue and get the issues resolved. And I'm saying that as an assembly member, my candid opinion is that let's divide the municipality. And by so doing, we can get our issues addressed. And I gave you an example to Tama. So my issue with the MC now, I'm not trying to do politics here. I've not done politics. I'm not doing that. So we shouldn't go that tangent.
All right.
I know his approach of. He's also into help solve situations, but he shouldn't think I'm trying to do politics with this.
Okay, that's well noted. Thank you for that clarification there, because Mr. Mankwa, I think he was under the impression that he was being attacked a little. Now let's go to Rexmond Ntiamoa from the Pom Barrier Local Taxi Union. He's on the line. Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome, madam. Good evening.
Yes. What are your people saying? What's the taxi union saying?
It's only one thing that we are saying, that is to fix our room for us. That is one thing that we are saying. Because right now, as I'm talking to you, come and see the road. It just rains. It just rains. You can come and see. I moved. The time you call me, I moved from the station. Right now, I'm now heading towards the Bediaku junction because of the road is not good. You come and see right now. Okay. A road have to take you at least 10 minutes. It will take you 30 minutes, 40 minutes before you get to your destination. So the only thing we are doing is 6 hours for us. This day we plan out, I think last 3 years we planned to do demonstration. So we sent letter to the MC, that is Mr. Solo. He was there, by then he was there. So we sent letter to him. We also send letter to the commander at home. And we call Ashama, truck drivers, and taxi drivers, all we came together. But we were not able to do it because commander did not give us a chance to hold on the demonstration.
Okay.
So they did not allow us. The third one, so they took us to regional, that is Tema, to sit down with Mr. Solo. So all the time when we sit down with him, he used to say that the contract should be awarded. And to be mentioned the company name from last 3 years to today. So when we are talking, the only thing that they will say, the contract is awarded, the contract is awarded, the contract is awarded. That's what we have been hearing. In actual fact, it's very serious as I'm talking to you right now. When you yourself to come and see how the road has done right now, it's very serious. So like the last time I called the MP, that is Honorable Yuki, and I asked him about the road. And what he said that the contract has been awarded. Awarded to another company, so they will come and do the road. So I was telling him that the way the road have done now, if they can do something immediately for us. So by the grace of God, I also spoke with the assembly member, that is Mr. Youth. This man is doing well for us. He's doing well for us, Honorable Youth.
All right.
So when I spoke to him, they went to the office. So later he called me that the assembly said they are coming to grade it for us. Yes, they came and graded it for us. But 2 days, it rains again.
Okay.
That was the statistic. Yes. So now in that it's very serious for us. The one that we are planning to do sitting down strike.
Because we are tired. We are tired on this road. We are tired. Go and check at Bediako. When it rains, you cannot even go.
Right.
You cannot even go. It's always the drivers come to me, tell me when are they doing the road? I said they should hold on. I spoke with the MP, and he said, I will not blame them too much. I'll not blame the MP too much. I'll not blame the MC because the MC came recently. So people that I'm blaming out for Tiago. I want to blame the Mr. Sonu, the one who was there before they left.
Okay.
You see,
right.
So we have a big problem. We have a big problem on the road.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Ntiama. Rexford Ntiama is the chairman of the Palm Barrier Local Taxi Union. Let me just go back to the line where we have the MC for Pong Katamanso, Mr. Samuel Kwamankwa. The last question I have for you, we know that the Pong Katamanso Municipal Assembly has one of the highest IGFs in the country. Is it possible to leverage this in any way to help with the roads?
Yes, thank you very much. And we are doing our best with whatever we collect.
Okay.
Because just the last person who spoke told you that the Calypso Road was shaved and graveled, and just 2 days later, the water washed everything. My sister, this is what happens. You see, when it's raining and you are forcing to also do the road, you'll be wasting money. So when we force and shape the road and gravel it, everything is gone as if I passed there today, as if nothing has been done. And that is why when we are in the period, we are in the season, working on the roads at the same time is difficult. All the same, it's our duty to make sure we do the reshaping, spot all the corrections that we need to do, re-glavering, and then to make sure motorists are able to crowd the road. So we will continue to do that.
Right.
The resources that is available to us, we will do our best under my watch to make sure we put it into good use so that the community members will benefit from it. But there's two quick issues I want to address.
Yes, Mr. Amakwa, I have just 2 minutes more, please.
Thank you very much. The first one has to do with a suggestion from the assembly member that we need to divide the municipality so that when it's divided, government can then do a better job by developing it. I agree with him. But unfortunately, it's not the assembly that will request for that division to be done.
Okay.
It's done through local government, electoral commission, and they have processes they go through to do that. Even Parliament has to come to also add its voice to it. So normally, whether to divide a municipality or not, that one is not from us. We cannot request for that. But what we can do is, this is what we have now. This is the nature of our roads. All the roads are bad. And I bear with the community member because I'm also a community member. How are we going to solve it? And I think I want to assure them that with the little resources that we have, we will do our best to put it into good use so that they will benefit from it. The last thing I want to talk about is the road expansion that is supposed to start from TT Brothers to a little bit after Central University. Somebody spoke about it and they said there is too much delay the work that is going on, which is true. For now, those who are within the road reserve, we've been asked to let them go. But we need to compensate them before we clear them. And the compensation process is what has delayed these people from moving completely out of the road reserve so that work can start. So I want to use this medium to appeal to all those who are within the road reserve that they have to give way so that this work can start and start as early as possible.
Right.
So that the traffic that used to come to Pombaria and then the adjoining roads we can do away with it when this road is done. Because
right.
we are doing it, it's going to be 5 lanes there, 5 lanes there, 17.2 kilometers from BC borders to about 3 kilometers after Central University.
Thank
which
you
will
so
take
much.
completely all the road. And we are going to have 4 interchanges on it. So those who are still within the road reserve, we are begging them, they have to give way so that this road work can start.
Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel Oko Amankwa is MCE for Pong Katamanso, giving us a pretty concise update there on exactly how the road will be tackled going forward. In the meantime, they are concluding conversations on starting the Bediako Calypso Michelle Camp Road, which is some 5.3 kilometers of the road. Hopefully, work begins earnestly and continues to the other parts of the Pong Katamanso municipality. I also spoke with Rexford Ntiamwa, who's a taxi union chairman at the Pong Barrier Local Taxi Union. I spoke with Nana Mwakwa Alex, who's also chairman of Masada Transport Union, and Isaac Newton Tete, assembly member of the area. My name is Nwong Falong. Please join us again same time tomorrow right here on Spotlight on MX24 Television. On behalf of the entire production team here at MX24 Television, we're grateful that you spent 1 hour of your evening with us. Good evening.